Welcome back, everybody. I wanted to spend some extra time addressing each of the rebuttals, for lack of a better word, that we were talking about in the last segment of the video. In particular, and the scenario, let me repaint it for you, was that the office already tried selling CBD products, but it just didn't work. Now, if you remember, I gave you a few different responses to the question, why do you think that is, that it didn't work? And we thought it would be a good idea to maybe break each of those responses that we get back down and address them individually. So I'm gonna spend the next few minutes doing that. So why do you think that is, Linda, that the products weren't flying off the shelf? One of the things that they can come back and say is, I think it was the quality of the product. So this is where we pause and take that in and listen. And there's a lot of things that we can say that would give this woman hope to think that maybe she's talking to the right company and the right person. I'll take one of them. How about, you'd be happy to know that PurWell's products are sold exclusively through healthcare practitioners and through our online store. We don't compete with vape shops, gas stations, head shops, big box stores, okay? And in fact, our products have won awards at the largest medical trade shows in the country, okay? We custom formulated the first sleep formula, hemp-derived, in the country. It's called Pure Sleep. That product alone is our flagship product. We could build a company on that one product, okay? Again, last year that won not only one award, but 2 awards at the largest medical trade shows in the country. So, as far as product quality goes, you're not gonna have anything to worry about. You know, I could say 50 other things, but that's just an example, right? And I'm saying this with confidence, I'm saying it with posture, and it comes through. You know, you've probably heard that saying that people can see your smile even if you're talking to them over the telephone. In other words, if you're smiling when you're talking to them, they can literally, they not only see it, but they hear it because it changes the tone of your voice. Well, in the same way, we're using these questions to provoke certain answers. Now, let's go to the second one. Well, you know, they're not selling because the patients tried the products, but they didn't come back and buy more. That kind of alludes to the quality again. Maybe there's a quality issue with the product, but I'm gonna give you a different answer this time so we don't get redundant and we keep you all interested. Okay, the patients tried the products, but they didn't come back for more. What products specifically are you referring to? Like, let's again not take for granted, we assume to know what products they were. Were they a gummy? Maybe. Why is that important to know? Because we make 3 different kinds of gummies. So if there was something wrong with their gummy, they're gonna give us some ammunition that we can use to tell them why our gummies outperform and are better than anybody else. But let's just say something like this. You know, one of the things that PurWell prides themselves on is our customer reorder rate. In fact, we have over a 90% retention rate with all of our customers, all of our wholesale partners. Now, everybody's an educated consumer these days. You know, if somebody buys a product and they don't like it, they just don't go back and buy it. So we're obviously not fooling people. There has to be a reason why we have a 90+% reorder rate. Well, it's the quality and the efficacy of the products, right? Consumers can shop for CBD anywhere, but more and more are choosing to shop with PurWell. And it's you folks, these people watching the video right now, that are gonna be the ones out there evangelizing this message, which is why it's so important that you take the time to absorb this information, even though you're probably sick of hearing me talk. Okay, let's keep going here. Not many patients asked about the products. Like people weren't coming in and asking about our products. Maybe another reason why they tried and it failed. Now we're gonna get really deep and scientific here. Are you ready? How's this for a question back to that, response? Do you have any posters in your office advertising that you sell CBD? It's deep, right? Listen, I don't mean to make light of it or belittle it, because common sense isn't so common these days. But it could be something as little as that there is simply no signage that people can see with their eyeballs. So it's a legitimate question to ask. Maybe people weren't really asking about the products. Were you talking to every single person that came into the pharmacy or to the chiropractic office or the physician's office, letting them know that you're carrying a medically focused line of CBD? You weren't? Well, you're kind of giving them the answer as to why they didn't really sell a lot of CBD if that's the case. They had no signage up, they weren't engaging patients or customers. Not everybody knows how to sell CBD. It's why we have our Blueprints for Success in our training academy, to plug people in and put them on a track to success. Okay? Let's move on. How about we didn't have good enough support from the company? Maybe that's a product support or training, information education support. I've already crucified this point, right? That we have industry-leading, most robust training academy there is. Beginner academy, advanced academy, training videos, paper collateral, digital collateral, everything that you need to be successful, okay? So from a product support and a training support, you're gonna get too much of that from us, but you won't complain. All right, guys, now, these are literally the way that I answer questions. Now, I'm very comfortable with the information, so I'm not suggesting that everybody's gonna be able to do that day one, but here's what I want you to also remember. I don't want you to ever be me. We brought you in because you are good enough. Once you learn this material and you're comfortable enough with it, you're going to be able to use your own great personalities, your what's the word I'm looking at? Your quirks, whatever you have, the things that endear people to you, you're going to be able to use those skills. So don't try to be like me, but do learn the information as best you can. Let's talk about product reorders. Maybe products weren't easy to get. Maybe that's one of the reasons why the person isn't interested in trying to bring in another brand of CBD, because previous, product getting orders sent to the office or to the pharmacy was impossible. Once again, we go right back to the book. We insure them. We have 140 acres. We're using basically half of them. We have more than enough room to grow. We have product supply, a super strong supply chain. Usually takes 3 to 5 business days max for our products to get from us to anywhere in this country